I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the jet, yeah, shit out the gym. I'm trying to ball like Big Faulk and get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back to turn Matthew to the
saw that going into
house.
this offseason. He took more.
It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Compete with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle
He
Co.
flat out, and you can see it in all his emotions where he was like, hey, we just flat out got to coach better.
Yeah.
We got to play better, but most importantly, we got to coach better for the guys because, like he's pointed out, this is his best roster. And so, to me, it came across just from his press conference as they were doing a disservice to the guys
Let's get it,
that
let's
they
go.
brought in
From 7 to 9, it's Tingle Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can come in here. I'm Shay Dixon.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you about because obviously we were live last night when the press conference was going on, and we had to catch ourselves up after the fact. I felt like it was a real raw press conference, like you said. I was very much impressed with the way he went up there and kept it real. And he showed his emotions, and to me, that's a representation of him knowing what he has. He feels like from a coaching staff perspective, and the players as well, they didn't execute to their best abilities. But they're doing a disservice for the fact that they have this good of a roster and the potential to be a national champion. And that they didn't play to that standard last night.
At it and from seeing it, it's almost as if, and I didn't go to any of the practices last week leading up to the football game, but it seems as if the week of practice or even the meetings that he was having with his respective coaches, I don't think that it was the same intensity, the same everything as it was for Clemson. And I think that is what I think he was harping on when he says because I mean, listen, he came out immediately and said that.
Yeah.
It wasn't no, let's get in to see what this was, what that was. He came immediately and was like, we got to coach better. We got to coach better. We got to give these guys an opportunity. And he also made an emphasis of letting them know, hey, we have the best roster that money could buy.
Right.
And then what we can assemble going into this year with him, his best team ever.
Yes.
You have a seasoned quarterback, a track team for wide receivers, right? And so now it's my coaches let me down. It's basically what he came out to say. My coaches let me down. We didn't coach him hard. We didn't prepare him well enough. And also saying we didn't practice well enough last week. And you know what? This is the outcome. But I'm going to tell you what. Just like we talked about last night, dog. If this is the only game, every year there's a game like this. And I'm hoping that it stands to the trend. But what we should, and I'm happy about is you played a game like that with such offense deficiencies, with not playing our best game and thinking that we're going to come in against a Louisiana Tech Bulldogs team, and we should basically have our second guys in by halftime.
Right.
Right. That's what. When you go into a game like this, what we call one of these rental wins,
pay for them.
You pay for them. What you expect is to have some guys playing. We want to see what the backup quarterback has. We want to give him some reps, even though he started 8 games at Mississippi State. Right, but we still want to give him some rep in this new offense. We want to get some of these young guys out on the field. We want to get some of these D linemen out on the field to continue to build this depth. I think that we ran into a overconfident offense.
Yeah.
And a Louisiana Tech Bulldog defense that was actually better than advertised.
Yes.
Right? You pointed it out last night. Previous game, X amount of hurries.
11 TFLs,
right.
4 sacks. Last night, 8 TFLs, 3 sacks. And to me, when we talked on Friday, when you came on our show Friday morning, the fan base, a lot of times is allowed to have a week 1 hangover where you can bask and celebrate in it too much. That's obviously what happened. They were overconfident after that week 1 win. we talked about this team, that was not the expectation. We expected a team to be mature, have the mindset, not just the players, but the coaching staff as well, to be mature in the fact that this is a nameless, faceless opponent. Go out there, execute to the same level, and they didn't do that.
And you know, if you really take a sharp look at, we always talk about, and I always bring it back, when you're talking about these young guys, I always bring it back to the coaching and preparation. And when you look at a Blake on defense, and you look at how the defensive guys played, right?
Right.
You look at the intensity, the focus, the sharpness that they played with. You didn't see that on the other side of the football.
Right.
You saw it on special teams, though.
2 out of the 3 phases.
That's exactly right. So what is Sloan's personality? What is Hankton's personality? What is these guys' personality? And I've been around all those guys. Those guys are intense guys as well, right? We've seen Hankton jump up, bump, chest bump, and everything with the wide receivers. We haven't seen that from Sloan too much, right? Joe Cool. Right? Joe Cool.
The politician.
But it's a similar thing when you offensively, you want to light a fire under those guys. The Nussmeyers of the world, the Andersons of the world. If you look at and say, listen, you can't anoint leaders. And I know Nuss has the 18 on, and we know what comes with that, right? But at the same time, if you're watching that football game, and like you pointed out, boy, I done watched it 6 times since last night, right? When you look at that football team, defensively, we need, if we had 2 weeks boys on offense, with that intensity, that fire, the smartness that they bring every snap to the defensive side of the ball, we have to find that on offense at this point. We have to find that kind of energy. And because the thing you know about the guys on defense now with Perk, secondary, vast improved. They're an extension of Corey Raymond, right? The defense is an extension of Blake. The intensity, the fire that he plays with, the smartness that the weak boys bring to the game that allows Perkins to roam free, to be in these exotic positions, and for them to move him around. We don't have that. We don't have the same 2 guys or another guy on offense that does that. In my opinion, besides, I saw Anderson a little bit trying to get those guys going.
Right.
But it's not coming from who you look to do that, which is wearing 18.
And to me, when you look at it, it starts inside out, right? So it's a game that's won in the trenches, which is a saying, but it's real when you sit back and you can have as many skilled players as you want. And for the defense in LSU last year,
it's sexy.
The defensive line, I felt, was the handicap for that team. And that can allow, if you don't get any push or any pressure, that can make as good as DBs as you have. If the quarterback has all the time in the world, the wide receiver is going to end up getting open at some point. Well, now that script is flipped, and you can have as much skill as you want offensively from quarterback, receiver, running back. If you don't give Nussmeier time or you don't allow things to develop, you won't create holes for Caden Durham, it can all go sideways.
Yeah.
And so to you, and what I want to open to you is the offensive line. When you look at the offense, is that the number one issue right now?
No. And I understand Moore being out. I do. And I think that's we've heard, a couple weeks, whatever, he's going to be out for, if not longer, whatever it may be. But, no, I don't. Today, it's not to me.
Okay.
Right? And the reason I say that is twofold. You have a Chester. And listen, bro, I understand we went out and got more for him, right? But this guy's in his second year, started 13 games for the Tigers previously. I understand that he's still a young kid, right? And getting involved. But this is the second year of your maturation at that position because now you're going to be thrown back into it. And I understand that he may not have practiced there a lot throughout the week.
We talked about swing guy.
Also, right? So him not practicing there a lot throughout, and I know what that feels like. Because listen, when you the backup quarterback, you don't get no snaps, dog. you don't get no snaps.
Yeah. Water bug, where's your helmet at?
That's exactly right. I'm scrambling, baby.
No.
That's exactly right. So I'm scrambling for it. So I understand that. So I expect him to be better this week. I do. Yeah. And 13 snaps starting in the SEC at LSU means something.
You've done it.
You've done it. It means something. Now, that's not to say what we had and more wasn't better, because we know it was, right? It helped them solidify that line, right? Veteran guy, being able to make those calls, move those guys along the line of scrimmage. But at the same time, 13 starts in the SEC previous year, and you get thrown back into the spotlight this week, it's not going to be a shell shock for him. Right? It's
not this week.
But my biggest concern is Sloan and the coaching staff. Yeah. That is my biggest concern offensively right now, because when you look at the Clemson game, and we spoke about this yesterday, the Clemson game, you saw a kind of an identity where you could see where, this is what we're going to be doing, right? That's what I saw in that game. Everyone's playing us that umbrella coverage because we got track stars at wide receivers, and no one wants us to get deep. No one wants us to get deep and hit the big plays. They're trying to take the big plays away, because if you drive the length of the field, 12, 13, 14-play drives, someone's going to make a mistake somewhere along the line. So that's what defenses right now are hoping that we do. And the patience that you have to have, i.e. Clemson, coming into this game now against La Tech, we didn't have that same thing.
Right. And one of the things, I guess, looking forward to Florida, we'll go deeper into that later on, but looking forward to Florida now, I mean, it's apparent that Moore will likely not be playing in that football game. So you're going to have a week of preparation, knowing what the situation is going to be and how to solve that. And so I'm hoping, this is my hope looking at this next game, is that you do see a concerted effort of, this is our scheme, this is what we're going to do. Because you saw that week one, you didn't see it week two. And my biggest concern when you look at that is week one, I think the reason you were able to see such a focus and an execution of a specific scheme is because you had, the entire offseason to prepare for game one?
Yeah.
And then for game two, what'd you have? You had a week.
Yep.
You know, and so now it's, can you do that same level of execution and focus and scheme in a 1 week turnaround?
Yeah, hell yeah, you can, because that's what you do anyway.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like,
you better be able to.
That's what you do anyway from week to week. Listen, you see them, you scheme them, and you go out and put your best foot forward. So, heck yeah, they can do that. My problem with it is I think we took steps back this week from what we were trying to do and what identity we were trying to establish offensively. There's no way you can tell me that we're going to throw the ball 41 times against La Tech. 41 times, and we rush the football, take out Xavion's long run,
skew the numbers a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm with you, but it was a play call that worked, and it's something that I wanted them to do more. But then,
but what's the identity though? That's a gimmick.
That can't be your run game.
1,000% it's a gimmick, and that's what a bunch of people in the chat they're off Sloan right now. And I felt like after game one versus Clemson, when you saw a masterclass, and you had all of this time to prepare against a top 5 team, a top 5 defense, and they got 3 first-round picks over there, and then it goes into, what are you going to do against Louisiana Tech? Don't stoop below. Like, if you're going to be elite, be elite. And
that's right.
They know. That's right. But when you look at Louisiana Tech's defense, they know who Blake Baker is. They learned he coached there. Sloan coached there.
That's right.
They took some stuff from them.
That's right.
And used it against you. But is it so much that a Sloan problem when you can't run the football if you just don't have one player at center, or is it a schematic problem that you have to run? Because I do think he was still creative in the run game, but it just didn't work the same way. You saw the reverse pass. You saw a reverse again. You saw Xavion Thomas at the backfield. You saw trying to get Jawan Johnson the football in the flats. Like, you saw some things. You didn't – I think they had an intention or an intent to be able to hit deep. They weren't able to do that after they didn't scheme for Brilliant Moore leaving the game. And then, but they had a game plan that was fire the ball deep, You saw them miss on a couple of throws. You saw a couple of drops also. And it feels like it's easy to go Sloan, Nussmeier didn't play well.
Yeah, but even everything you just talked about is still a Sloan problem. Everything you just talked about is still a Sloan problem. He's making the calls. He's designing it. He's deciding whether or not we taking shots or not taking shots. They're calling it. My problem with it is this. It's La Tech.
And that's it.
More
I mean, what else you got to say? I mean, we talked
if
about
Moore goes out, right?
And
I'm saying if he did, it's different.
Yes.
It's La Tech. And nothing to take anything away from La Tech.
No.
I promise you.
They want to ruin your day.
I would hope that if a Moore goes down, if anyone goes down at the offensive line, we could bring someone in that's better than what La Tech has on that side.
Yeah.
Right? And my whole thing with it is, okay, so what? He went down. What's wrong with our identity that what we were trying to do in Clemson? And listen, that whole script last night was as if we were trying to put Nussmeier in the Heisman Trophy race. Because, I mean,
a little ego, maybe?
I think
From
Sloan's
perspective of, like, let's go put up 450.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what you saw. You didn't see, and listen, you know, everywhere I've been in New England with Coach, you've always built, right? You've built. And that's the positive part about this with them, because we won the football game.
Right. 2-0.
2-0. 1-0 every week is the mantra that they're pushing. And they're 2-0 this week. They're 1-0 again. So I know, you know, the problem is now you see where you took a step back, and it seems as if there was any other opponent, the game would have been a different football game. We take out 4 INTs, I think it's a different, football game. But we won the football game, and every year, every team has a game like this. And I'm hoping this was ours and it's over with.
Yeah. You got to be able to turn the page and improve. And my thing I wanted to ask you, Ro, and I think this is going to be something LSU is going to continually see, where I think last night Tech, majority of the time, was dropping 8 guys back into coverage and just rushing 3. One, because they were still able to get pressure.
But we can't run the football.
Sending 3 guys, and they're making you one-dimensional.
We can't run the football.
Because
running the football means we got to be able to run the football with the running backs.
Yes.
You understand? If we can't establish the run and we're going to throw the ball 40 times a football game, it's going to be tough sledding, and that defense is going to have to be gangbusters like they've been the 2 weeks going forward every single week. And it's so crazy because last week I said, listen, I'm not worried about Nuss in the passing game because of what we showed against Clemson, that you're okay with taking the ball 5 yards, giving it to these track stars, and letting them pick up another 6 or 7, and we move the chain. And listen, when I talked about him last week, what was I excited about? I was excited that he played the quarterback position.
Right. Managed the football game.
Managed it, moved it. When they come up, then you bang them and take what they give you. But until then, continue to move. And if the screen game, the bubble game, the toss game is going to be an extension of your run game, that's fine. But do it.
Yeah.
Right? Do it. Don't show it to us 1 week and then the next week against La Tech, put it up 40 times waiting on crossing routes and deep go. They're not giving it to you. Listen, I firmly believe that whole coaching staff was offensively ran up against a much better La Tech defense that they thought they was going to face.
I hate to say it, but Noah and I both watched the Southeastern game versus like Louisiana Tech Southeastern, but what we saw was a very aggressive defense that they were going to go gangbusters at you. Like they were going to play your game, what LSU does defensively, like we're going to throw the same thing at you. And then offensively, they didn't combat it. Like I don't know if you're able. They had a game plan that they were going to, like you said, feels a little bit like they were trying to go win a Heisman. Let's go hit 3 deep shots for 60 plus and like make a statement. When that didn't work or it wasn't there, and after the first throw, like you could talk about confidence because that's what it was. He lost it a little bit.
Bro,
but what he does, I think what he does well is as much people love the live arm, and like you saw it against Baylor, you saw it against Oklahoma when he takes deep shots that gets there. He's a great short to intermediate thrower. Like it's not game manager, but it's game managing. Whenever you're able to go 3rd and 7, I can get you 12.
And then especially now, all off season,
is good.
Everyone's been hearing about is how fast the wide receivers are, how they want to stretch the field, they want to get downfield.
Got a track team.
Listen, the defensive coordinators also know that, and they're gonna limit your big plays when it comes to playing LSU. They're gonna limit your big plays. They're not gonna let us, and that's been the game plan the last 2 weeks. Umbrella coverage, keep everything in front. Well, that's fine though. That's fine because you have the team to play that way. My problem with it is don't go out and try to win this kid the Heisman against La Tech. Let's not do that. We're in a marathon. This is not a sprint, dog. Let's continue to rev it up. Let's continue to get him completions. Let's continue to build the identity of what you want to be offensively.
And I talked to Jared Mitchell about this. I do a podcast with him and Mikey Matuk, and he was talking about they have so many wide receivers in that room, like too many mouths to feed at some point, because you know how wide receivers are. You're a quarterback.
Yeah, but that don't matter.
But no, let me finish just real quick, because they were trying to – you saw the game plan week 1, and it felt like you have Nick Anderson and Chris Hilton very much featured in week 2, and it's like we want to get you all involved. How much as a quarterback you're like, that don't matter?
That don't matter.
It matters to them.
It doesn't care.
Yeah.
Who cares what wide receivers think? No one cares. If you have that many wide receivers, you're going to get the ball when it's your opportunity. 1 week it might be Anderson. Another week it might be this person. Another week it might be this person. No one cares. And that's just a cop-out. The ultimate, and not a villain, but who is comparable here in this? And I hate to keep saying it, and it's because I have such high regards for him coming into this year. And it's still early, so you get some grace because we're, like I said, we won. Right? We won. But in big picture, whereas all I care about is all anybody cares about is big picture. Are we in the national championship race? Are we in the playoff contention or not? It's just like the week 1 when we didn't kick the field goal before half. Is that part of who you are? We've seen that over the last year.
4 years.
With I'm going to kick. I'm not going to take the points. I'm going to be a riverboat gambler. I'm going to go for it. Well, read the room, right? My defense is playing great. I get the ball after halftime.
Got a 5th-year kicker.
Kick the ball. So
he did it last night.
But it's the same thing with Sloan. Like, is this part of who we're going to be down the road when it matters and now this comes and kicks us and now behind? Or are we going to learn we're going to stop touching that stove, baby?
You only got to get burned once.
That's all I got to get burned.
Because what's next is this defense, the umbrella coverage that you're talking about, the dropping 8, the dropping 7, the whatever. It's going to continue to happen because LSU proved
they can't run the football.
They can't run the football. And so that's your response is you have to be able to run the football because you know why they didn't run umbrella coverage against Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas? Because what was going to happen with Jaden Daniels going to gash you for 81 yards. You know?
He was going to take off, then the tear screens and all that. But listen, bro, it's an identity crisis.
It's a little bit like, do you remember, I'll go to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like, do you remember whenever they gashed you and had big play, and then all of a sudden they just started dropping 8 and putting cover 2, umbrella, and you have to take everything underneath. I feel like they respect LSU's speed so much that that's what they're doing. And Nussmeier has the ability to do it. Like, you're kind of getting treated as if you have the weapons that the Chiefs had when they had Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, all of those guys where it was – and then they weren't able to figure it out until Isaiah Pacheco showed up and started running mad at the ground.
Well, I mean, still, before him, they still had some decent running back. Jamar Charles was there for a long time. So they had, but it's still in their offense though, when you see the little check downs to Kelce, you see the little out of the backfield things to Tyreek Hill when he was there. All those little things that are extensions of the run game. You understand what I'm saying? Because I agree. if you have a Moore out, you're not just going to line up and run the football, right? If Chester's not up to par that week, or if the offensive line, because of the movement around, everyone, the continuity is not there. Maybe that, whatever. But you still could have things that are an extension of the run game to where I'm still getting my 3.5, 4 yards, and I'm still staying on task. That's what we saw against Clemson.
Is that not what you think LSU was trying to do?
No,
no.
no.
But no,
I don't.
Look at how the Chiefs operated. What's their deficiency? Good defense, great quarterback, great skill position. Their offensive line is how they schemed around it. Andy Reid's one of the best play callers to ever exist. Would you not mirror some of what they did whenever you had this type of? You have Tyreek Hill, you have Barry and Brown. It's the same player. Like, you have Aaron Anderson. That's a slot guy that you can throw to at any time. They started going underneath, and I think Sloan is mirroring some of that, but he's not all the way committed.
Yeah, well, he's
not Andy Reid.
If that's what he's trying to mirror, then I didn't see it last night. If that's part of what he's. Yeah, I would. I mean, I personally feel that if you just stick to what you were doing week one and continue to build on what you're trying to do, and listen, you always have to have that balance. Like, whenever we get out of sort and we have and the pendulum is swinging one way and it's more of a pass orientated, no. Because offensively, establishing the run game, and like I said, it could be an extension with screens, so on and so forth, but you have to establish that line of scrimmage to where we're not moving nobody off the ball right now, right?
It was a tough watch.
We're not going to move anybody off the football. So get them guys out, get them pulling, get them outside the box, get them doing something else outside of what normally you would do with Moore in there. But that was just my whole thing, bro. It was like Moore went down, and it was like we're playing Ohio State in the horseshoe, and we just got to abandon everything. No, we're playing La Tech.
And what I saw in one of the drives when I turned it back on this morning, and I watched LSU's first drive of the second half, and I'm going to go through kind of the order of the drive and the way they played it, because this to me is kind of what LSU should look like, where they run the ball with Caden Durham. It's a 1-yard rush up the middle, but you're at least handing the football off. Then after that, it's a quick hitter to Barry and Brown for 9 yards. And then a quick hitter to Xavion Thomas for 3. So you're chipping away quick hitters. It was 3rd and 2. Get it to Xavion, quick first down. After that, it's a deep crosser to Aaron Anderson, where you went underneath 3 plays in a row, and you found success there. And what'd you do right after that? Over the middle to Aaron Anderson on a deep crosser where Nussmeier had the projection. Well, this one he hit. This
was the 23-yard completion?
Yes, this was the 23-yard.
That Barry and Brown made a hell of a play.
Yeah, it was a high ball. It was a high ball.
And the high ball's gone, by the way.
This one was Anderson in the second half. That Barry one was in the first half. This was Aaron Anderson second. And then after that, you go Xavion run up the middle, which is the gimmick run. You get 3 yards there. And then you go Barry and Brown end around. And then after that, Caden Durham run again that's when Nuss makes that bad throw to Hilton in the back of the end zone. But that
on
stretch
the run to the left?
Yes.
But
that stretch of plays right there is who LSU should be, where it's dink and dunk and quick hitters, and then, hey, in the middle of all that, Aaron Anderson across the middle where you can maybe stretch it a little bit more and you lull him to sleep.
3rd and 8 when he tried to go to Chris
Second
Hilton?
and 8.
Second and 8. And it was a levels concept where you had 2 people underneath wide open.
Bauer Sharp was wide open.
And Aaron Anderson across the middle was wide open. And his eyes lit up. He goes, Chris, it feels like he's trying to get some of these guys going.
Well, and also on that play, man, he escaped the pocket to the left and he didn't have to move. He escaped the pocket to the left and didn't have to move.
Once Braylon Moore went out, that's what he started to do. He got the happy feet again. We saw it last year where he starts going, even in the end zone, there was a chance they could get a safety because he just I'm rolling out. I'm bailing. And he always does the rollout move and bails left. And it's just one of those things you didn't see against Clemson. He was escaping.
Correct. That was one of my other things last night. Last night, man, it was more of a
panic.
My head down. Yep. I'm looking at the rush. And I get it. Your center's out. You've been getting that edge pressure. You've been getting that pressure up the middle. But it's like, for him to be as seasoned as he is, you wouldn't want to see that panic set in so quick when it comes to Now I mean, it was times where Nuss was just falling down, holding the ball, and he, your heads are up, you can move, shuffle. It wasn't like the Clemson game where he was moving in the pocket.
He
Nice
was
had a
elite
command.
at climbing the pocket.
Yeah.
He was so comfortable with what was happening with, I guess, Braylon Moore, where he trusted him so much. And that's, I guess, what I'll go to.
And I
next.
get it.
Yeah,
I
whenever
get it.
he's calling out protection, he's like, he knows what he's looking at. I trust him implicitly.
Right.
Like, who was your center at LSU?
Well, I mean, one of the best to ever do it, Big Ben Wilkerson.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
started as a
Big
freshman.
John Compton was a great center as well. The great Todd McClure, of course. I never played with Todd, but he was there when I was there. But like you said, the great Ben Wilkerson.
But how comfortable are you when you know?
Oh, very comfortable. Very comfortable when you know that guy's there. Especially and in Nuss's defense, Nuss climbs the pocket a lot.
Yeah.
He does. Because they try to keep him in that bubble, they try to keep him there instead. So he climbs a lot. So for him to have more out and know that, you know what, me climbing up is secure. I got to get to the outside now.
Because that's what it looked like all year last year.
Yeah.
Where he knew that a lot of times the pressure was coming on the interior.
It's just so funny to watch him do. It's Jekyll and Hyde. Like, you see all of the good stuff. Oh, Yahtzee, you do all of the good stuff, and then you see the little glimpses of him, like bad habits that he has that are so detrimental to. It looks so good sometimes.
I agree, man. I agree.
Like, it looked like Cade Klubnik, same thing. What LSU did to Cade, they put him in hell, where he was like, I'm seeing ghosts. I don't know what's going on. Like, he said himself, like, I forgot the plays.
Right.
I forgot where my receivers were going because I was so focused on where's 40, where's 7. And it looked like Nuss was doing that against Tech, where he was like, I just got to get the ball out. I got to get myself free to be able to make a play, as opposed to trust what we're doing offensively.
Well, he definitely was sped up. You know what I mean?
That's
He
the perfect way to
definitely
put
was
it.
sped up. He was sped up, not having his line there. He was sped up by all the early pressure with Moore going out, especially up the middle. Because it was a lot of times last night. I mean, I know we've been harping on the O-line, but it was a lot of times last night, bro, where that pocket was clean.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a lot of times. Yeah.
You already made your mind up.
Yeah.
And if you talked about going up the middle and blitzing up the middle. If you're Florida, and
Oh, they
Braylon-
coming,
Yes.
baby.
Yes.
You come. Listen, when I was in New England, going up against Peyton Manning, one of the biggest pressures, and this was every time I was there, was getting them off that spot. And that spot right there. So, A-gap pressure on both sides.
Double A.
Oh, yeah, we coming, baby. We coming. And that's exactly what you're going to see going forward until they assure it up.
Yes.
And you don't have.
And I'm going to tell you the other thing, too. Our backs didn't block worth that.
That's what I was about to say. You don't
Right.
have Josh Williams.
You know what I mean? Like Durham wasn't a secure block up there. I don't feel confident with him up there blocking. I definitely don't feel confident with the young kid, 22 up
Harlan
there.
Berry.
Oh no,
He
no.
blocked it. I mean,
No,
no shot. That man
no.
just got the football.
No, that's what I'm saying, and I get that. But and so now you have to lean on the kid from Liberty, and now see if he can step up and be that consistent force. Listen, right now it's running backs by committee, man, and that's where I think
Including a wide receiver.
Yeah, but he's not a running back.
I know,
so
but I'm just saying the way they've continued.
You're right. You're
yeah,
right.
Like
You're right.
that they're making it, because to us it's a gimmick at this point for LSU.
Jawan or Xavion? Jawan?
Xavion.
No, Jawan's
I
a running
think
back.
Jawan is like probably your best pass protector because
Yeah.
he played quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm saying
but-
running back by committee. Xavion is a
Oh,
part of that
definitely he's in that
committee.
room.
Like,
And he's a great wide receiver.
right? No, he's excellent for
He's
LSU.
been productive.
Bruh, everything that he does is wonderful.
He helps
In
you
the
in every
punt
way.
game, kick game, I mean, he's an asset to us exponentially every single time. The problem is, what happens when we keep him out there and we can't run the football?
Right.
Like, we have to establish running the football with the running backs.
Y'all.
Yeah.
And so, Ro, what I wanted to open up, you came in earlier today. You said you got there were 5 moments in the game
5 moments.
that stood out to you,
5 moments.
and I want to open the door for let
Let's
you
go.
run with that.
You should do
fir-
6.
We should do 6. I got 5.
I can find
The
one.
defense will give you 3 more, but the first one
This is an obvious one.
is the obvious one.
Rose 6 picks.
The pick,
There you go. We got a segment.
no doubt. The
There you
pick, that was because it also, as a quarterback, it goes back to your psyche the year before.
Yep.
right? So that was a 33-yard pass from snap of the ball to where the ball got intercepted, right? And as a seasoned quarterback,
that's candy.
It should be a layup.
That's a layup. There's no way in hell you underthrow, and I'm talking about literally 33 yards, 35 yards, no deeper than 40 yards.
You could do it right now in the street.
Man, I could get on one knee, turn around backwards, and throw it over my head, and it's going to go 35 yards. Right?
Might overthrow it.
I might overthrow him. And to me, the caliber of quarterback that Nuss is, that play, because it was at the beginning of the game, because of what we know from him previously with protecting the football and being gun shy, the reason that play is so big to me is because that could possibly mess with your psyche going forward to where I'm alligating the arm and everything now. And that was a layup, man. This kid's running wide open down the side of the field. I'm talking about no one's there within 7 yards.
And I think it's a completely different football game
If the
pass is completed.
No doubt about it.
It's 42-10.
No doubt about it.
Right.
No doubt about it. Because from that right there, what you did was La Tech confidence went through Tiger Stadium.
Yep.
And Nuss's confidence went back to last year. And now I go back to, I don't want to make the mistakes.
You saw him double pump everything.
Oh, you don't want to make mistakes. Now your feet get even happier,
Yes.
and I'm running out the pocket now when I don't need to be. I'm on the run now trying to complete something down the field to make up for the lack of what I just did, or to make up for the lack of I'm in this game against La Tech, and it should be this, but it's this, but I want to press to make this happen.
Right.
And you can almost go back, like if we're doing a mental evaluation of Garrett Nussmeier, you can almost go back to the competition between him and Jaden Daniels. The reason Jaden Daniels won the job at his first iteration of him was he didn't turn the ball over. And so Nuss has this ingrained in his brain, like it's the biggest sin he can make. It's I have to go to confession if I do this. And so it's ingrained in him, like, if I turn the ball over, tail between my legs, like, I know I'm not supposed to do that. Let's get back to where I can't turn it over.
You know,
and
the thing.
what makes him special is that ability to go rip it.
And that's what you don't want to take away.
And it feels like he's did it to himself, though.
Well, you don't want to take away him having that mentality. You want to, but that's why I always listen, man. When they always talk about these kids, I always bring it back to the guys that are making the decisions, that are making the signal callers, and they could curtail that for him. They could curtail that for him easily. But you also, as him being who he is, wearing the 18 now, the senior leadership, over $1 million in NIL money. Like, we don't got time for you to miss Barry and Brown running streaking down the left side of the field. I'm sorry.
You can miss it, but you can't feel sorry.
You can't throw a pick.
You can't change the way you are, though.
You can't throw a pick.
You have to still, like, it feels like there's parts of him that still is like, I'm going to get pulled.
You got to fight through adversity.
But I know, but there's no way he should think
there's
that.
There's no way he feels that. No way he
Then
feels like if this happens, this happens. I'm telling you, if you look at last year, this year thus far, and look at the mechanics on the deep balls, it's all arm. Now, granted, on that one, he stepped up a little bit. You had that left tackle and that edge right there a little bit, but it still was a clean pocket. It still was a very clean pocket. And I don't care about that in retrospect to a degree anyway, because it's a 33-yard pass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not as if you had to scramble around, do this, do that, and do all this craziness. That kid, La Tech busted the coverage. That kid was running wide open down the left. Yo, yeah, naked. Listen, lay up.
Yeah, and you could miss a throw. Like, nobody's perfect, but that's one you should make, but you can't harp on it. I'm just thinking more of where he is mentality-wise after that happened, and then you lose the center. It felt like it all came down on him very quickly, and I don't know how well he adjusted to it.
No, I think that there's so much pressure.
Yeah, he feel like
under the fact of, like,
the program.
Came back to win a
national
championship at LSU. We have, the 1-0 at Clemson, the Heisman talk, all of those things. all of that adds to the pressure of, I just made that mistake. Now I've got to reel it back in a little bit. I was over my skis, whatever you want to call it, and it just wasn't. And to me,
He's trying to be perfect.
I loved the what Rose said when he came in, the point he made about Louisiana Tech. Watching that game back this morning, that defense was solid. And LSU played into their hands a little bit at times, but that was a good defense. I was impressed the way they flew around, the way they looked, but the sheer fact that LSU, especially on the offensive line, could not out-athlete and out-player them is
You let Tech
bad.
come into your house and dictate the game on the defensive side from what you were trying to do offensively.
I'm going to tell you, bro, I think one of the big things is, and especially right now early in the season, is, and I don't know how you
rectify.
Yeah, I don't know how you go about it, because leadership isn't something that you can tell somebody to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think Nuss is a leader.
Yeah, but he's a different kind of leader. He's a different kind of leader. And you don't have the same, and even if it's just him, you don't have the same kind of leadership on defense as you do on offense. There's a whole different, and when I bring that up, I'm not talking directly to players. I'm talking to coaches. I think the leadership when it comes to the coaches, you look at this LSU team right now, defense embodies Blake. As early as it is in the season,
field.
Listen, they embody who he is, his personality, his vigor, his emotion, how he played the game, how he wants the game played. You hear these guys talk about how he simplified it for them so they could just be fast and fly around. Maybe we need to damn simplify it on offense, because I don't see the same attention to detail. Listen, man, you got the defense in that last play against Clemson. You got Harold Perkins walking up to the C gap on the outside. Opposite side C gap. And you got an ET stunt by the two in the front. And they wash it all down, and Perkins comes all the way around from the opposite side while he's spying and gets pressure and closes and ends the game.
And that was by design.
100%.
Cade Klubnik thought he had the right side, like, I'm going to get a first down here, a touchdown, and then welcome to hell. Harold Perkins is closing as fast as anybody's ever closed.
And so that's my point to it. I think right now at this, and I just listen, bro.
Trust.
It's a young season. We're 2-0. We are happy to be 2-0. But when you're talking about a national championship, a playoff berth, you want to see them steps continue to go towards that. And I understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be soon as, the season starts. But you want to see those steps. And to me, when you see the defense 2 weeks in a row be who they are 2 weeks in a row, and you see the offense start out like the defense in week 1, but now going into week 2, you see a difference and a drop-off, I equate that to coaching and scheming and what you've seen, because you can't go and say Blake's scheme wasn't formidable. They're not doing the same thing that they did the week before. You know what you're getting from those guys. They're going to blitz, and when they blitz, there's going to be somebody right there to hit the hot as soon as they throw the ball to the hot. Yep. And you've seen La Tech in the spread formation, the 2x2 formation, 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left, 11 personnel with a back in the back. And every time they overloaded that right or left side, the slot receiver was coming for the hot route, and either went weeks or the other weeks
one of them white boys
slapping it in the mouth. One of them white boys slapping it in the mouth. But smart, intelligent, intensity.
Right.
Physical.
No, and they put them on the ground. No one's getting away, and they know what the heck they're doing. They know where the hot is coming from. Now, except for the one where they blew the coverage, but when you fire in the wheel and the corner, and the safety don't get over the top. But I'm all right with that because we saw that 1,000 times in the last
I'm happy
years.
to see it one time.
That's right.
One time in 2 games, then you see it 20 times.
Flashback.
That's right. But it goes to the coaching, bro. One side is clearly in tune with what they want to do and who they want to be.
They're comfortable. They're free. They're fast. They know who they are. They know who they are.
And it's early, and I get
Right.
it. And I hear everybody say, oh, listen, I'm a quarterback. I'm an offensive player. So when I hear you say, yeah, offense always takes longer to get it than they do, it's absolutely true. But at the same time, it's not acceptable.
It's acceptable
Not against La Tech.
if you're moving forward. It's not acceptable when
Took a big step
you're not
back.
progressing.
What's point number 2 on this list?
We had 2 plays.
You got the play where we're going to go to
Got two
the next one.
plays.
Nussmeier rolls left. Doesn't really need to. Had 2 open plays on it. 2nd and 8. Rolls left. Throws up a prayer in the back left corner of the end zone. Chris Hilton with a DB running right inside of it. To me, this is Florida, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Alabama. It's an interception.
It's an interception. Or, honestly, he probably won't even throw that.
Right.
He's taking the check down that was in front of him, right? Similar to what you did the previous week.
Or run and go get 6 yards.
I think there's a part of him that wants to get people. He wanted to get those guys going.
No, man. I think that man wanted to get big chunks.
Well, we know who he is.
I think that man wanted to get them big chunks, and it was against
His eyes lit up.
and
You
it was
could see
against La Tech.
Yeah, get thrown up. I
Right.
like it, but do it against La Tech.
Yeah, but that's the part about it that I'm telling you.
Can you put it in 2
When
different
you-
spaces where you could go do this versus
No,
Conference
hell no.
USA team, and
No,
but if it's against okay,
no, because especially now with the parity in
you ain't never
college
taken a
football.
shot and said fuck it.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you have.
But it's an educated shot.
Your
It's
eyes
a
are
shot to
closed.
where I'm not leaving it inside, and it's a pick at the second play of the game. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way in hell you have a 40-yard go route and you throw the ball 33 yards. You underthrow a guy by 7 yards. The safety over the top didn't even pick the ball off. The ball got picked off by a safety
He
that
had to
thought he was
volleyball to
beat,
it.
and then he had to tap his feet and turn around, and it was right there.
But
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like you've played obviously SEC football. Did you not have a different mentality when you went to a big game of like, I have to be careful with the football because I know if it's one turnover, that could be the game. If I'm playing against Louisiana Tech.
But my thing with that point is at this point in the game when that throw to Chris Hilton was made, it was a 10-0 ball game, and you had 0 rhythm. You weren't in a spot to where you can say, this is just La Tech.
He's trying to force a little bit of rhythm.
Right, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem, Lloyd. You
I'm
you need to go
though,
back
like
to
you've
the
never played
no.
against a team where like I'm gonna take a shot here no matter what.
Yes, but I'm not gonna turn it over.
Yeah.
Cause this is the thing. You're still in the realm of playing the football game. You understand
Don't be
what I'm saying?
selfish.
So even if it's La Tech, Tulane, Florida State, Florida, Ohio State, whoever it is, if they call up and say, yes, I'm going to dial up a shot right here, we're going to take a shot right here, yeah, I might force it, right, if I know I have a matchup where I got that gangster on the outside and he going up against whoever. Where's the best man wins. But at the same time, I'm not leaving it 3 yards inside, 7 yards inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it to where somebody else, we get it or nobody get it.
Right.
And that's the thought process when it goes into it. And then it is, okay, I'm taking a shot. What if it ain't there? Where's my outlet? And he has several outlets. We saw him hit several outlets against Clemson. And that's what we know. It's no different than them trying to take it there, but it's not there. So I come down and you know what? I pick up the positive yards and keep it going. But when your coaches, and I'm telling you, this is firmly what I believe happened. Because from the beginning of the game, it was too many, even when Moore went out, it was too many opportunities where the pocket was clean. I mean, clean. But you're still sprinting out of the pocket trying to buy the time, and you never, ever, ever look to take off or get 5, look to dump it down and get 5. And I'm not talking about Aaron Anderson underneath when they done called Seattle and ran everybody deep, and now we coming underneath. Like, that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's easy to see that. It's when you get out the off-platform throws, when I'm outside the pockets and I'm rolling, and everyone knows now you're not going to run it, right? So what should you do? Run it, pick up 5, get out of bounds. Instead of shooting it deep on the third and whatever, second on whatever, and we don't get anything for it.
Right.
We got to play that better, and it just kills me because the previous week we were wonderful.
Expert.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a 2nd and 8 where, one, you can dump it off to Bauer Sharp at the start, get a quick 5, 6, maybe even first down. Second opportunity is you could just run out of bounds and get 4, 5 yards, and it's a 3rd and manageable instead of a 3rd and 8. And so then after that, it's an incomplete pass, and they end up punting the football on that drive. The other play we had brought up earlier, I sent you that picture. Me and you talked about it a little bit at the start of the
Y'all
game.
got a texture without me?
Yeah, you're not in our BFF, dog.
Bro!
No, you're not.
You knew me before. What the hell? We jerk sauce together.
Look, listen, we had some creative things going on.
I'm creative.
Yeah, I know, but we were being
get the group
creative
chat
on our
together.
own.
We'll get the group chat
I don't want to
together.
be in it anymore.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, you do.
I got 4 numbers for Rohan, so I don't know which one to put
There
in.
you go.
Just send it all of them. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Green, blue. That's the one.
That's right.
This play they run, you've got Jawan Johnson in the backfield. Xavion Thomas does a crosser from the left side, and Jawan kind of crosses with him, opposing underneath. And if you look at the picture, Xavion's got nothing but green grass going towards the right side of the field. And instead, this is the one where it ends up being a holding penalty on La Tech because they grab Jawan and they hit the ground. And so it ends up being 10 yards. But if it's dumped off to Xavion, to me it felt like when maybe his first read down the field wasn't open, he had already made it in his mind, okay, I'm going to dump it off to Jawan when he gets out the backfield. And just saw it tunnel vision, only saw number 8, never saw 0 wide open going the other direction. And that's one of those throws that I felt like Klubnik fell into 100 times against LSU game 1.
Arch, Ohio State.
He had his mind made up, and so he was just going to do, regardless of what happened, that's what he was going to throw.
No pre-snap read.
Right. And
Right,
that's
so-
what I felt like Nussmeier fell into on that play.
Dude, and that happens sometimes, man. I've done that. We just made it up where I say, hey, I'm going to Josh Reed or I'm going to Reggie Robinson or whoever it was on that secure play. And that happens. But when it happens, right, it has to be to where, it's man-to-man coverage, first of all, and you know that it's a favorable matchup to where your guy's going to win.
Right.
Right? And then also, when it comes to that is, even if that is the case and that is what you're going to, and I always say, quarterbacks, we got to do our work early. We got to do our work early, get set up in case that guy that we peek at, right? Because there's always that peak, that guy that you peek at, he's not the predominantly route, but he's the one that you peek at in case he wins right away. And that's what I think Xavion was on that play, right, is your peak route. So we know that we have him in the slot. If he wins, get him the ball.
Right.
Right? If not, you got Jawan coming underneath where you know he's going to win.
Yeah.
Be by design and also by the leverage of who he has on him. That's why I think that Nuss was so fixated on, we've ran it so many times during the week. This is a look that's in. We got the look, right? We got the look. But unfortunately, the other flip side about it is my guy didn't get open.
Yeah.
So if I'm peeking Xavion, which I should be, and he pops wide open with green grass in front of him, I don't even have to get back to Jawan because now they're going to snatch him down.
Yeah.
So, and that happens. That really does happen from the quarterback position.
It's not easy.
You get locked in sometimes because you have your favorite guys. I don't care what the hell somebody say. You have your guys you know you're going to go to and they're going to make plays for you. But in certain situations, you got to make sure that even you as a senior quarterback, that you do your due diligence and say, you know what, let me go through the process. I may want to go to Xavion or I may want to go to Josh Reed, but we practice this guy here man to man. Let me at least peek him.
I'm going to remain faithful to the play.
Right. I mean, I'm at least gonna pick him because we thinking he gonna pop.
Right.
Yeah.
And if not, then I get down. Now if he falls, it's not a problem, right? Because I've already gotten to my number 2.
Yeah. The next one that I want to bring up was the second drive of the third quarter of the second half for LSU, and this was a successful drive. But they went, and the way it started, I'll go through all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays that resulted in a touchdowns.
2 yards.
They went.
That's what it was.
Right. It started with a 11-yard, a little pop pass, end around jet sweep to Berrien Brown. Then you run Juwan Johnson to the left. Then it's a quick pass over the middle of the field to Aaron Anderson. Now they started on the Tech 33, and the reason, and that's what I wanted to highlight because this is the red zone extended. So it's 15 yards extended outside the red zone. So you're at the 33-yard line. So you're in a very, very comfortable position. And the mindset they had on this drive, I loved inside the 33, where you go end around to your dynamic playmaker, Juwan Rush, quick one to another dynamic playmaker, and Aaron Anderson. And then after that, it was 1st and goal from the 8, 3 straight handoffs to Caden Durham. He runs for 4, runs for 1, and then finally gets through, scores a touchdown on a 3-yard rush. That drive right there to me looked like a comfortable Louisiana State University offense.
Against Louisiana Tech.
Right.
Bring it to them.
But look, those plays and that mentality is what you saw the week before.
Right.
That was the first drive that you see like, wow, okay, that could be our identity. But let me tell you something. I think one of the biggest things right now is because of this track team we got at wide receiver, that everyone expects you to just be busting loose over the top. Listen, they're not going to let you do it. They're not going to let you do it.
Defense knows about it too.
They're not going to let you do it. So the only way you come out of that and the only way you get these opportunities you got to run the football. You got to run the football. If I can't run the football, and like we talked about, it does not have to be you turning around handing it off. That's what I want.
Right.
Yeah,
that would be ideal.
Right, that's what you want because that means you got some bad SOBs up front and they moving people off the ball. But that's not what we're doing this early in the football season. So I put the onus on the quarterbacks for the OC, for him to design these jet sweeps. And like you pointed out, the first week he did a good job. He did a good job getting them back. You was very, and then you didn't know where it was coming from.
Oh, it was
very unpredictable. And I know it was the first game, but it was very unpredictable. Formationally and schematically, you had formations up there that were running formations that we were passing out of. Then we were in passing formations and we were running out of them. You had guys coming from anywhere. You had
offensive linemen lined up as wide receivers.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And so you don't lose that or go up. My disappointment in it was we just went to crap against La Tech after an injury. And I'm like, it's La Tech and we're LSU.
You got
we
two
should
of them down
still
there?
be able to do the same thing that we want. You understand what I'm saying?
And then the last
That is
two
concerning,
that I want to highlight are the
mentality-wise.
two injuries. When we
They
came
could
out
be
of
bothered.
the Clemson game, two of the highlights were offensive line looks really good, led by Braylon Moore, and I don't know how people are going to stop Trey Green. Both of those guys go down last night, and so you're facing off against Florida on Saturday without your starting center and your highlight maker on at tight end. What do you expect to see, maybe from a scheme standpoint or an execution standpoint for LSU without those two guys on the football field?
First thing you do, you take out the jump ball in the red zone now.
DJ
right?
Pickett at wide receiver. I see you're 6'7", I'll lower to 6'5".
That's exactly right. But, I mean,
Why not?
Realistically with it, I mean, you still have a good tight end. It's definitely a different dynamic than what Trey Dez brings to the table. But he's still a very good tight end. I don't think that you have a drop-off there when it comes to regular in-the-field play.
Right.
I think his biggest attribute is when he does get in the red zone and using that size where you have, a linebacker trying to line up on him that can't cover him.
Right.
Or you have a safety that's trying to line up on him that's
not big enough.
Nowhere near, and with the agility that he has also So, but Moore is the bigger loss. To me, you bring a guy in at the center position is an extension of everything. The center and the quarterback makes all the calls on offense.
Simpatico.
I mean, but bro, I'm telling you, unless we just missed the doggone boat on Chester, right? And I understand he's a young kid, but the kid started 13 games last year. Unless we just missed the boat on his talent or what he was, there's no reason for us to be panicking.
Right.
I don't think we should be panicking. If this kid, they panic. I definitely think they panic, so I guess that means there's reason for us should be panicking, right? But a guy plays 13 games, starts 13 games in the SEC. Well, probably 9, I guess. 9 games in the SEC. But 13 games overall for LSU at the center position, and now this year going to your second year of doing the same thing.
And like he had never done it before.
I mean, I think you should be a little bit better, right?
And
I think you should be a little bit better than what you were last year.
A week of preparation, just to compare it to last night, you're going to have a week of preparation
for him at center,
knowing what the situation is. It's not a surprise DJ Chester's your center next Saturday.
Right.
You know it right now on Sunday.
Right.
DJ Chester's going to be your center when Florida comes to town.
Right.
Do you think it helps to have Brilliant Moore just in the room with him?
Oh, hell yeah. No doubt about it. Because that's who he's been watching over the whole summer, right? Going into OTAs, going into training camp. So, yes, you definitely want him in the room. And he's going to come back anyway.
Well,
so
no, I'm just saying, like, watching film, like, dude,
no, heck yeah. No doubt about it. And it's not for no other reason, but the main thing is support, right? But it's also to lend him that knowledge that he doesn't have as a, redshirt sophomore?
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore this year.
That's right. So for him being a redshirt sophomore and this guy being a senior that you brought in basically as a free agent, right?
He's a war
to
veteran.
solidify that spot. He's a
I've been to hell.
Senior.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So yes, no, he's beneficial. It's like when these guys say, we want a veteran in the room. You know what I mean? Like veteran on the team and all that. Yeah, no doubt about it. 100%. 100%.
Ro, you want to tell everybody where we're at?
You know where we at, baby. Bistro Byron's.
Pizza Byron's.
Pizza Byron's. Listen, family atmosphere. And listen, I don't know, the pizza's real good. But them wings, baby.
That secret
is pretty
sauce.
good. We don't know what the secret sauce is. We're going to have to bring the owner in here to find out what the secret sauce is that they putting on it. But listen, family atmosphere. We're here in Willow Grove, man, community. We want to see you guys come out every week. We're here every week from 4 to 5. Come out and support. The pizza's wonderful. The wings are delicious. My main man over here tell me that the chicken strips are pretty good too. I haven't had them. I'm gonna have to try the chicken strips also. But we already know. Listen, the beer's cold. We do know that. I can vouch for the beer being cold. And it's just a wonderful atmosphere out here, man. They're gonna start in a little while. They're gonna have the band out here, and they're gonna be all outside, and it's just gonna be a wonderful.
You got inside seating,
time.
outside seating. You got cocktails, mocktails, salads, sandwiches, anything you want.
Listen, anything you want, and listen.
Games on the TV.
Yeah, and
Fuck
I see
a red zone.
I
We
see
got
Dave
every
over
TV
there.
you want.
We got Dave over there, one of my main guys, David Richards, and he's over there, and what they call it? What is it? A pink drink is what they have in here. So when you guys come in here, you make sure you order the pink drink. Tell them you want the pink drink for the adults, and the kids get the pink drink mocktail.
There you go.
Okay, the pink drink mocktail, right? I also want to give a shout out to, I call David Richards the best builder in Baton Rouge and the best builder in the state. That's my boy though, and you got some people that got they neckties, a little bit. So let me go ahead and give a shout out to my main man Richard and Michael Carmouche, man, the Carmouche Builders, one part of Pizza Byron's and just also another great builder here in the community. We want to go ahead and give him a shout out. He's going to come in here sooner or later and buy us a couple pizzas. So, we want to make sure we keep that going. But listen, guys, we're here every week, Pizza Byron's. We want to get this thing packed, guys. We're going to get this
Ain't
thing
no Saints
packed
to
in
watch.
here, baby. Yeah, don't worry about the Saints. Just come on in here.
Talk some LSU football.
Talk some LSU football.
You might get a call.
That's all right. That's all right.
No,
They
no,
got-
I'm saying
go
the
play
Saints,
quarterback.
yeah.
No, they're going to have to give me about 6 weeks, dog. Give me about 6 weeks to get in shape.
You run as much as us now.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. But look, every week, man, we're here breaking it down. And look, Tigers are 2-0. We're very happy with the Tigers being 2-0. BK won his first game of the season against Clemson, something that he hasn't done since he's been here. And look, man, just like we talked about, guys, going off of this week, we saw Florida go down, right? We saw Florida go down. We saw Clemson get pushed to the woodshed, right? Get pushed to the woodshed, and
There you go.
oh, Lord. Oh. Don't worry about what I was talking about.
I forgot what you were talking about.
Don't worry about what I was talking about. I don't know what I was talking
Shout
about.
out to our friends here at Pizza Byron's.
We got
Questions.
questions. Miss Emily just popped up right here and gave
There
us
you go.
some. Who got a question?
Who's got a question?
Come in.
Come get on that mic.
Come get on the mic.
So sponsor you.
What?
You should be sponsoring us.
Sponsor who? Sponsor me?
Come in. What do you do for us to sponsor you?
Uh-huh.
I know you're a foodie. You hit a home run in baseball.
There you go.
For every home run, we'll give $1.
What football game?
It's recruiting.
No, you got to come to my camp
There you go. There it is.
every Sunday. So you coming next Sunday?
$60 a pop.
You coming Sunday? Oh, I heard Dad finagle you.
There
You
we
better
go. Wheeling and dealing.
I know
over
he
here.
said yes, but you look to him. You look to him to get some. Okay. Are you really coming? That's right.
There it is. There it is. Well, Rose enjoying that pizza. How is that pizza?
You don't want any?
Oh, I'm gonna get some. I was gonna let you.
Listen. I've had it before,
And I've had it again.
and I'll have it again and again. Delicious.
What pizza you eat?
No, it's not yours. You didn't bring none of that smoked sausage to put on. This is pepperoni and cheese.
It's that Butcher Square.
Square classic.
Square, I love
Square.
it. Now, I do like that smoked meat. I do like that smoked
Pause.
meat. Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that. I do like that smoked meat. I ain't lying.
Shout out to our friends here at Pizza Byron's. Like Rose said, we're gonna be
Rose-
here every Sunday, 4 to 5. Great food,
They
great
got the square
drink.
pizza. They got the flat pizza. They got the little crispy thin if you
Come
want it.
on, great atmosphere.
Hey, no. But listen, the fries,
Oh,
Okay.
the Parmesan. Oh my God.
fries all day?
Whew. The Parmesan fries are. Listen, you guys come in here. Listen, next week, first 20 people in, I'm buying. No, not too many. That's too many.
First 20 people get an
That's
autograph.
too many. Yeah. That's too many. That's too many.
First
The first 10, let's say this. The first 10 people that come in with a Rohan Davey card, I'll sign it
Okay.
and you get a free Parmesan
Fry.
fry.
One fry.
Yeah, be specific though. You get one fry, not an order.
How do you get a card?
I don't know. You got to figure
eBay.
it out. I can't
You
give
gotta
you.
find
I can't do everything.
AJ Sports Cards.
AJ
Hey,
Sports
listen,
Card.
348 Drusilla Lane.
Find you a sports
AJ
card
Sports
store.
Card.
Right there.
you go.
They sponsor Tingle Co.
Yep.
That's right.
Uh-huh. There you go.
Do they exist in
I'm not.
Oh.
Listen, Amazon has everything you need. They got
eBay.
everything. It'll cost you about 19 cents, but that's all right.
Shipping's more than the cost.
That's right. Shipping's worth more than the card, baby.
shipping free?
No, it's not free. Ain't nothing free in this world. Ain't free. But look, I mean that though. Boy, that piece is good.
That
But
dough.
first,
There you go. Check that one out right there on the eBay.
there you go. They got one on eBay right now where I'm running
shit.
for my life.
$5.
How much is it?
$5.
$5.
Why don't you get any of that? NIL, where we at?
Don't get me started.
Yeah, you would have made a
Don't
killing.
get me.
Next week, get the butcher.
You gonna put the smoked meat on it?
Yeah, get the butcher.
There you go.
What's on the butcher?
All the meat. Butcher.
Like all the meat.
And the fries.
And the fries.
What fries?
Yeah. And the juicifer to go with it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, we didn't put that on there.
We appreciate you guys tuning in. Like we said, we appreciate Pizza Byron's for having us here. And like Rose said, we're going to be here every single Sunday, 4 to 5. Come hang out, get some good food, good drink, good atmosphere. And you can talk some ball with an LSU great sitting here to my left. We appreciate everybody tuning in last night and today. Like we say, like we told you, golf suites every Saturday, Pizza Byron's every Sunday.
You're here, baby.
Tune in. Tingle Co. Tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
Oh.
Throughout the rest of the week. We got to do this thing again. And then we'll be
6 shows in 3 days.
That's right.
we'll be sitting back down with Roe on Saturday and Sunday of next week, LSU versus Florida.
And Kev got to be there for
And Kev's got to be there for Florida.
Oh, yeah, Coach.
I didn't know he was driving in, the dedication.
I know. Listen, we missed our co-host today, the great Kevin Faulk, but he will be here next week, guys.
He's got a little special place for Florida. In
Got a
his heart.
special place
Oh,
for
yeah,
Florida.
me
in his
too.
heart.
I hate Florida.
Oh, God. Is that the real rival? It feels like it is. Like if you had to pick
I
one.
hate Florida, and I'm from Florida.
No, you're not.
Huh?
I sure hope our offense shows up.
Hey, you and me both, brother.
There we go.
They gonna show up if they gonna play.
They wasn't here this week.
They weren't here. They was here just in spirit.
We put 11 out there.
Yep.
But we won.
There you
Exactly.
go. 2-0.
2-0, 1-0.
2-0.
2-0.
That's right.
2-0,
Want to know
1-0.
every week.
And like I said, bro, there's always a game like this every year.
Yeah.
It's a letdown. It's a perfect trap situation.
Sandwich.
I just didn't think we were gonna fall into that trap. You know what I mean? So
If you're elite, be elite.
that's right. And hopefully this is that game, and now we won't have another one like it.
There you go.
Learn from it.
We appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family. Be here at Pizza Byron's next Sunday. Be at Golf Suites on Saturday. And tune in tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m. We will see you next time, Ro. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And
Of
we'll
course.
see you guys next time.
Pizza's delicious. Y'all come out and get you some.
Break for a minute, I had to go charge her. Had to focus
I
on
don't
my
want no
business, I'm
pizza,
coming
food.
back smarter. Heat up DJ, tell him go like I'm dropping the Carter. Coming back like KD, it's time to go harder. Bounce back, can't let you fold up. Keep pushing, can't let you slow up. Bounce back, can't let you
You can
fold
talk
up.
crap now.
Keep
Say
pushing,
whatever you want.
can't let you slow up. Bounce back, can't let you fold up. Keep pushing, can't let you slow up. Bounce back, can't